Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I am back with another video today. I am outside, my dad is raking, Isaiah is laying down in his DockATot so we can all just enjoy the fresh air. My mom's behind the camera. The animals are outside, so if you hear a lot of noise, we're outside and it's such a beautiful day that I can be in just a nice short sleeve shirt. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys why I am deciding to raise my son vegan. So before I get into this video, I wanted to tell you guys the videos that will be, coming this week. I will be having a spring makeup look, and I'll also be showing you guys how I clip in my Gabby DiMartino hair extensions. And I want to try to, have you guys come to the gym with me, but that might be next week. But just stay tuned for one of those. But this week I will also have a DIY. So we'll have a hair video, a makeup video, and a DIY. Do you guys like the sound of that? Click the like button if you do. Now let's explain why I am raising my son vegan. First, just want to start off by saying that this is a mutual decision by my husband and I. We want to raise our son vegan. Charlie is not vegan, he's not vegetarian by any means. He eats meat, he eats eggs, dairy, all that stuff, so he's not vegan. And I am living a vegan lifestyle again, and I feel like after having Isaiah, this is gonna be it for me. I wanna lead by example. If I wanna raise my son vegan, but I'm over here like, oh, I'm vegan one day, I'm vegetarian, I'm eating this, I'm eating that. If I'm doing all that, how am I teaching him? So I feel like everything has changed since I had my son Isaiah. I look at life so differently now, and it's kind of crazy because I was vegan a few years ago, always off and on with everything. And I was vegan, like I mentioned, a few years ago, and I thought, oh, if I'm just eating, not eating this or blah, 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 I could still, wear a leather bag or things like that. And I never thought to myself, well, that is an animal. So look who just woke up. So as I was saying, so it was just always, I want that bag. That's a luxury bag. I want those Christian Louboutins. Since having my little boy, I have looked at life so differently now. Like everything. Sirens. I could find a vegan leather luxury brand, and I've been looking them up, trust me. And I think I'm gonna get myself one. And it doesn't have to involve that. So let me just kind of get into this little boy right here now that he's awake. I think the reason why I wanted to raise my child vegan is because right from the beginning, they're gonna learn to love healthy foods. He is also now allowed to eat food, so I've been giving him things like avocados. He loves chili, like homemade vegan chili. Everything that I eat, he eats with me, and he loves it. He's had a green smoothie already, and he just loves it. I wasn't born vegan, and all the kids, we'd all used to go to Chuck E. Cheese with our parents and, eating cheese pizzas and all this, like, honestly, now that I look back, unhealthy stuff, even though back then as a child it was like really good. But I want my child to learn from the beginning, like, it's amazing to eat salads and have green juices and green smoothies, and to learn where his food comes from and what he's putting into his body. I wish that I learned that, and my mom even says to herself that she's wished she learned that when she was younger. So I want to start my son out from the jump to learn about what goes into his body and all the healthy foods. If my son decides, years down the line, when he's older, I'm not talking like when he's 4 or 5, I'm talking about when he's older, and if he wants to try something, he can, it's his body, it's his decision. But what I want to do as a parent is teach my son the healthy way to do things, because from someone that struggled with their weight and driving through McDonald's and getting a McDouble and getting chicken nuggets and French fries and pepperoni pizzas and mac and cheese bites. Trust me, I've had it all. I mean, look at me. I need to lose weight, and I'm working on that. But I don't want my son to have to struggle with his weight the way that I've struggled, because it has been extremely hard. So that's another reason why I want to raise my son on a vegan lifestyle, because of the healthy benefits. And he's putting all healthy foods into his body. It's not saturated fats and all that like stuff that comes along with the fast food and the meats and all of that. But like I said, I wasn't born like that, so I've ate like that before. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I want to have a healthier lifestyle for my son, which is also helping me out as well. And you know, that's kind of the funny part, because when I say that I'm vegan or I'm raising my son vegan, or even my mom's experienced it, people would say, well, what do you eat? You just eat leaves? No, we can eat a lot of things. Now, in the vegan world, there's like vegan fast food, vegan junk food. There's that, of course. I mean, I have vegan frozen pizza in my freezer right now, and vegan chicken patties, and all of that frozen stuff. But then on the other hand, I eat things like homemade chili and spaghetti squash, and you know, I could have lasagna if I wanted to, but you make it with tofu, big green salads. I mean, we can have it all. Pretty much everything that you guys eat, if you are a non-vegan, they always have a vegan substitute for it, which is amazing. I have soy milk in my fridge. I have vegan butter. I seen on YouTube that they make vegan eggs. I've never tried those. I'd really like to try those one day and have Isaiah try it. But they have everything. I mean, it's just the way of life that you want to live. And I feel like for myself and for my son, this is the lifestyle that we want to live. And like I said, my husband, he's a full-fledged, like, non-vegan, and he supports me in my decision with Isaiah. And there's Maximus, per usual. You always hear him barking in my videos anyways. Now it's extra loud because we're outside. Before I forget, you could still drive through Taco Bell if you want to have one of those like cheat days, even though it's not really a cheat day because it's a lot more healthier than something else that you could get at Taco Bell. But you could get like a 7-layer burrito with no cheese, no sour cream, and it's really just rice, avocado, black beans in there. It's really good, like, and it gets that urge satisfied from like Taco Bell. So there are options that you can have. I think it's Burger King that their fries are vegan, and I think Wendy's. I'm not sure. McDonald's aren't, but you can have things when you're vegan. And you know, there are things like Oreo cookies. You just gotta look at the label and see if it contains, you know, milk or eggs or things like that. It's very easy once you get the hang of it. It might be hard at first because literally everything you have to go to the grocery store. Even if you want to get a sauce, you need to make sure it doesn't contain something. Or if you want to get your bread, like we have 2 breads in our drawer, actually 3. One bread is what the house uses that has milk ingredients in it, and then there's another bread that doesn't have anything in it, so it's vegan. I mean, things can get a little bit more expensive if you live in a house that people don't eat vegan, but it just works for us. And if you know this is something that you want to do, you'll make it work for you as well. You know, and I said the reason why I want to raise my son vegan is, you know, for health reasons, and that is a main one, but it's also for compassion for the animals and compassion for the planet. Like, I'm an animal lover, and to think that I grew up like not being vegan, it's mind-blowing to me, because it's like now that I have my own baby, I don't feel like I could ever go back to even being vegetarian, because I'm just like, I love animals and I want my baby to learn to love animals. But I don't want to be that type of person on YouTube where I make someone feel bad for the way they eat, because I'll be honest, I have a vegan story up on my channel from 4 years ago, and the reason why I decided to become vegan in the first place, I never thought of it like, well, the animals or things like that, because it never crossed my mind. But when I saw Freely the Banana Girl, she posted a video and she showed some things, and I have this on my vegan story, and I said this. She showed what went on in like the industry of that world, and it just bothered me, and it still bothers me to this day. And to think that I was always off and on from being vegan, vegetarian to eating meat, now that I have my own baby, there's no going back for me. Like, this is my lifestyle for the rest of my life. And hopefully for my sons too. I hope that he makes the decision when he's older to not want that, but if he does, of course I'm going to support him. That's my baby, you know? I pass no judgment on anyone else. What works for you works for you. I like to think I'm a person that has a lot of compassion. So how could I judge another human being for doing what works for them? And you know, just because I'm on here sharing how, you know, I want my son and I to live our lifestyle, I mean, the man that I sleep beside every night, he eats the way that he eats, and I support him 100%. So, and I love that he supports the way that I want to live as well. We all gotta have compassion and love for everyone. You know, we're on Earth. Like, I think to myself, my mom says this all the time, we're spinning on a sphere in space. Like, think about that. Like, how can that not be a miracle in itself? So, I don't judge anyone. And, like, this right here, being outside, like, how is this possible? You know what I'm saying? Like, how? You know, speaking about, you know, the earth and the planet and being in space, I am actually this year going to look into gardening and having fresh fruits and veggies, you know, for my son, for myself, for the house, so we can all have those fresh garden foods. What are you doing, silly? Okay, so Isaiah has his little Mickey hat on, so the sun wasn't in his face anymore. But I want to, you know, have fresh fruits and veggies in the house, and I'm really going to look into gardening. So that just kind of brings me to how amazing, you know, this earth is, that you can plant something and it grows. Like what? Like, I never thought about this stuff before until I had my son. And what I love is I was watching the Vegan View, and I'm not sure who said it. They were talking about, you know, kind of like vegan controversies of what people say. There was one thing that this girl said, and it was, people always say when you're vegan, where do you get your protein? And she said, this is what you should say back: I get my protein where your protein gets their protein. Which I thought was amazing. Like, I'm gonna use that, because there are so many people that would say to me, like, where do you get your protein from? Or do you just eat leaves? And it's like, so if you're vegan and you don't know what to say when people say that, well, there you go. You learned something, as I learned something as well. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to being vegan, even for myself as well as a baby. The saturated fats, it lowers the risk of cholesterol and cancers and all these different other, you know, serious things in the world that I don't like to think about. It definitely helps with that. There's just a lot of benefits to it that you guys should look up and do some research as well, because I mean, the computer and research, it never ends. There's always stuff that you can look up. So if you ever have any questions about living a vegan lifestyle or looking up the benefits. So if you hear Isaiah now bouncing, Charlie got him this jumperoo thing last night, and he absolutely loves it. So we wanted to bring it outside so he can have the fresh air, but also be able to play. And now I can talk to you guys with both hands, because I'm Italian, and you know, we talk with our hands. So Isaiah's next doctor's appointment, I am going to talk to his pediatrician just about different things, how I'm raising him. I looked up certain vitamins that he'll need to take and all of this stuff. Like I said, do your research if you're looking to raise your child vegan. But I'm going to make sure that he gets everything that he needs to. He's not deficient in anything. I mean, almost 27 pounds. He's not deprived either. He gets what he wants, and he's a healthy boy. Every time you bring him to the doctor says he's perfect, he's healthy, and keep doing what we're doing. So, you know, it makes me really happy. And yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys why I'm raising my baby vegan. Especially if you saw on my Instagram, I posted a picture of him wearing a vegan beanie. I got some people asking me, is that how you're going to raise your baby vegan, in my DMs? And I thought, why not jump on here and share with you guys why I'm raising my son vegan, and kind of do a little backstory on myself as well, with how I grew up. You know, this is a whole learning experience. I mean, even having a baby is a learning experience, so I'm just excited to see where this journey takes me. Before I go, I want, now that my whole mind and everything is thinking so differently than it did before, is I want to have all the products that we use, me and my son, you know, if anyone else wants to use them, they can use them in the house, but I want to try to have all my products be cruelty free. Now, I never realized all the things that went on in, you know, the product industry, you know, using shampoos and conditioners, even makeup, you know, the whole testing on animals and things like that. I never knew what it went into that. So, you know, with us living a vegan lifestyle, I want to try to do everything that we can to, you know, help the animals and, you know, make us feel better as well, that we're doing something great for the planet and for the animals. So I am working up my collection on cruelty-free products, and I hope that soon I can have a cruelty-free product haul, from shampoos to makeup to lotion to baby washes to whatever I have that's not cruelty free. And I was so disappointed, being a makeup lover, to see a lot of the brands that I use test on animals, but you know, the one saving grace is Jeffree Star is cruelty free and vegan. So I mean, and you know, Jeffree Star is my all-time favorite. So the last thing I'm gonna say about, you know, the whole cruelty free, I was even looking up diapers, and I, you know, saw, it kind of disappointed me that a lot of diaper brands test on animals all of that bothers me. So I was looking into cloth diapers, you know, the pros and the cons, which kind of scares me because in the 8 months that my son has been on this earth, he hasn't had a diaper rash once. Very proud of myself. You know, I've been keeping up with that, making sure he's all, you know, diaper rash creamed up, you know, protected. The cloth diapers, I was reading that it reduces the risk of diaper rash. I looked at a lot of different YouTube videos, the pros and the cons of different ones. There are some cloth diapers that aren't as good as the other cloth diapers, and the one name that I hear a lot throughout the YouTube world, I'm not going to mention it yet because I want to try it out to see if I like it or not, but I am going to get some cloth diapers for Isaiah to try. And if any of you have tried cloth diapers and you guys know which ones work for you, definitely let me know in the comments below. And you know, I just want to see, you know, how it works. We're gonna get you some cloth diapers. And plus they're so cute, the different like patterns that you can get on them. I mean, come on, I love the way like that looks, and picturing his little butt running around when he can start walking with some cute cloth diapers. But it kind of scares me because like you gotta wash them, you gotta dry them. It would be a lot of work, and that's what a lot of moms say on YouTube, that it is a lot of work, but it's worth it. So I definitely want to try it. So if you have any tips or tricks, let me know. Now, having said that, having Isaiah truly changed my life. You know, it's always been a struggle for me. Doing something for myself, yeah, like if I fall off, whatever, but doing it for my son, oh my God, I would do anything for him. So like I said, it also helps me out as well. And he'll keep me on the straight path, you know, no turns, no bumps in the road. I hope that this journey is just an ongoing straight road, and I'm excited to see where it takes us. And I look forward to doing this with my son. Like, he's literally my sidekick, my best friend. Like, I can't believe, like, that's my baby, you know, like he grew in my belly. Like, it's just a miracle in itself. Like I said, I'm very like all about this whole way of life. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. The wind is coming again, but I can't stop it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.